I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Yeah, sure.
Ask her if she wants me to start the car up for her, get it warm.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times.
Have a good night.
Have you been to his parties?
For nearly 2 decades, Ellen DeGeneres was one of the most trusted faces on television. She danced onto the stage every afternoon, surprised strangers with life-changing gifts, and built a brand around kindness that made millions of viewers feel like they knew her personally. But in Hollywood, public images can change almost overnight. Ever since Sean Diddy Combs became the focus of multiple federal investigations and civil lawsuits, social media has been digging through years of old celebrity interviews, searching for moments that might look different today than they did when they first aired. One name that keeps resurfacing in those conversations is Ellen DeGeneres. The reason isn't because Ellen has been charged alongside Diddy or accused in the same legal cases. Instead, people have started revisiting their long history of public interactions and asking whether those old television moments deserve another look now that the entertainment industry is facing increased scrutiny. The discussion picked up even more after Joe Rogan talked broadly about powerful celebrity circles and how influence often works behind closed doors in Hollywood. Rogan didn't present evidence that Ellen was involved in criminal activity. However, his comments encouraged many viewers to question how relationships among high-profile celebrities operate, and that was enough for old clips of Ellen and Diddy to begin circulating again. Over the years, Diddy appeared on The Ellen DeGeneres Show several times. Their interviews were playful, filled with jokes about parties, celebrity lifestyles, and exclusive events. At the time, audiences laughed along because nothing about those conversations seemed unusual. Like many talk show appearances, they were designed to entertain rather than investigate. Today, however, viewers are watching those same interviews with a completely different perspective. Some online commentators argue that jokes about late-night parties don't feel as harmless after the allegations surrounding Diddy became public. Others believe people are reading far too much into ordinary celebrity banter simply because of everything that's happened since. That's become one of the biggest themes surrounding this story. The facts haven't changed. The way people interpret them has. Then, attention shifted toward another pattern: young celebrities. Throughout the run of her show, Ellen welcomed countless young performers who were just beginning their careers. Justin Bieber became a regular guest while he was still a teenager. Sophia Grace and Rosie went from viral internet stars to household names after appearing on Ellen. Many other young entertainers experienced similar career boosts. At the time, those appearances were viewed as incredible opportunities. Looking back now, some online creators argue that daytime television didn't just provide exposure. They speculate that it also introduced young talent to much larger entertainment circles, where they suddenly found themselves surrounded by influential adults. There is no verified evidence supporting that theory. But because several former child stars have later spoken publicly about the pressures of fame, people continue drawing connections between those stories. Justin Bieber has become one of the most discussed examples. Over the past few years, Bieber has openly described how difficult it was growing up in the spotlight. He has spoken about feeling isolated, struggling with trust, and wanting to protect younger artists from experiencing the same challenges he faced. One interview in particular spread rapidly online after he said he wanted to protect Billie Eilish from going through what he experienced. Bieber never clearly explained every challenge he was referring to. That ambiguity left room for endless speculation. Some people believe he was simply talking about the emotional pressure that comes with becoming famous as a teenager. Others believe he was hinting at something much larger within the entertainment industry. His comments have since become a major talking point whenever discussions about Hollywood power structures begin trending. Then, another familiar interview resurfaced. Usher once spoke about spending time around Diddy early in his career through what was jokingly referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp. Looking back years later, Usher admitted he witnessed things that made him uncomfortable and said he wouldn't want his own children experiencing the same environment. When those comments were first made, they attracted relatively little attention. After Diddy's legal troubles became front-page news, millions of viewers began watching the interview again with completely different expectations. Whether Usher intended his remarks to be interpreted that way remains unknown. But the timing caused the clip to spread across every major social media platform. As more interviews resurfaced, another name entered the conversation: Ally Carter. Ally has publicly alleged that she was exploited as a minor and has spoken about experiences she says involved powerful people. Her claims remain allegations and have not been proven in court. Still, because her story involves influential figures and vulnerable young people, online users began comparing her statements with broader discussions about the entertainment industry. That comparison quickly expanded the conversation beyond Ellen and Diddy. Instead of focusing on one celebrity, people began asking whether Hollywood has long relied on systems that give powerful individuals extraordinary influence over young performers trying to build careers. Supporters of that view argue too many former child stars have described similar emotional struggles for it to be ignored. Critics respond that similar experiences don't automatically prove a coordinated system exists. Regardless of which side people believe, one thing is clear: the public is looking at old interviews, celebrity friendships, and industry relationships in a very different way than they did just a few years ago. And that shift in perspective would only grow stronger as another tragic celebrity story, Aaron Carter's, became part of the same online conversation, pushing the debate far beyond television interviews and into much darker territory. The conversation grew even larger after another familiar name entered the picture: Aaron Carter. In the final years of his life, Aaron frequently posted emotional live streams where he spoke about feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and convinced that people misunderstood what he was trying to say. Some of his comments were directed at the entertainment industry, while others focused on his personal struggles with addiction, mental health, and family conflict. After his death in 2022, many of those videos resurfaced online. Some viewers argued Aaron had been trying to expose uncomfortable truths about Hollywood. Others pointed out that his well-documented personal struggles made it difficult to separate genuine concerns from speculation. Officially, authorities ruled his death an accident involving drowning and the effects of inhalants and prescription medication. Even so, internet theories continue to circulate, often connecting his story to much broader conversations that extend far beyond the available evidence. Around the same time, Britney Spears' story also became part of the discussion. After Britney spoke publicly about her conservatorship and the years she spent feeling controlled by people around her, many online commentators began comparing her experience with stories shared by other former child stars. While Britney has never publicly connected Ellen DeGeneres to those experiences, her story is often included in conversations about the pressures young celebrities face once they become part of the entertainment industry. What started as questions about one talk show host had now become a much bigger debate. People weren't just discussing Ellen anymore. They were questioning how Hollywood works behind the scenes, how much influence powerful figures really have, and whether the public only sees a carefully managed version of celebrity life. That doesn't mean every theory circulating online is true. In fact, many of the claims repeated across social media rely on old interviews, anonymous posts, or speculation rather than verified evidence. As one video inspires another, it's easy for assumptions to become mixed together with confirmed facts until the two become difficult to separate. That's why this conversation continues to divide audiences. Some people believe revisiting old interviews is valuable because changing circumstances can give past conversations new context. Others argue that hindsight can also encourage people to assign meaning to ordinary interactions that never carried that meaning in the first place. The truth is that both things can exist at once. It's reasonable to re-examine old public moments when major news changes the way we view influential figures. At the same time, it's equally important to avoid treating online theories as established facts without credible evidence to support them. What isn't disputed is that Ellen's public image has changed dramatically over the past several years. Following criticism from former employees about the workplace culture on her show, the end of her daytime program, and the renewed attention surrounding her friendships with other celebrities, many viewers now look back at her career through a very different lens than they once did. Whether that shift is entirely fair is something people continue to debate. But it's clear that the internet isn't letting the conversation fade anytime soon. Every time another interview resurfaces, another lawsuit makes headlines, or another celebrity speaks about the pressures of fame, the same old clips begin circulating again, and new theories emerge alongside them. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think people are uncovering meaningful patterns by revisiting these old interviews, or do you think social media has blurred the line between legitimate questions and unsupported speculation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we'll continue following the biggest stories shaping Hollywood as new information becomes available.